So I left and I said, I got to go because everything's crap. And they would be like, oh, really? Everything's crap. And then you come back, you're like, okay, so everything's not really crap, but this person has been on me.
Yeah.
And I adopted some of that to survive. So I don't necessarily get mad at everybody who does that. But here's the reality. When you come back, they'll shoot you, but you've lost momentum.
Definitely.
You have lost momentum. I'm telling you this from personal experience. You've lost momentum. You've also lost some faith, right? And it takes a long time to get that faith back from people, if ever. So it definitely can be detrimental. I mean, you want to retire out or say you're retired or really feel you want to retire, then okay. But yeah, I'd leave the negative stuff alone because that's the stuff it's hard to recover from.
Well, let's switch gears here and switch back to the adult industry and some of the unusual stories to discuss about this. And you don't hear. See, the one thing about the adult industry, the porn industry, that you don't get too much of online is talking about the people who are behind the camera or in front of the camera, that they discuss their lives, especially those who have been in the business for more than 25 years, 25, 30 years, 35 years, that are still in the business. You could hark on many great actors and actresses that have been doing some great adult films. Some of them moved behind the camera, making some great artistic adult films. People say, well, porn films are not artistic. Yes, yeah, they can. There are a lot of them out there. You have to remember the one thing. The one major push that moved the next level of the adult industry was that basically it took an artistic look into the 80s on there, in the 70s into the 80s on there, whether it was the gay films that were, technically shunned. You have to remember that homosexuality was shunned and some of it illegal in certain places in the 70s, but they made these artistic porn movies back then. And then you had other actresses, like Adina Royale and many others that basically were creating some great adult films that had a story to them. But yeah, okay, it had a lot of sex in it, but still, it had a look to it. And even today, you look at some of the films today, the Axel Braun, that he mimics off of, the parodies of the Marvel and DC movies, and some of them look a lot better than what Disney and Warner Brothers is doing on their putting on their screens. And all theirs is like, sex. The costumes look great. I think that there's a Captain Marvel one that's decent on there. There's a Deadpool one. But let's get into one particular adult star. Julia Ann, and she's been in the business 30 years. But before we really get into this, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share, comment in the comments below there. Hit that notification bell. You'll receive all of our notifications here on Cuticast TV, Man with the Show, and all of our other shows available through Cuticast TV. So let's get into this real quick. Out of the New York Post, porn star Julia Ann, why I only work with women now after 30 years in the biz. And I've been seeing this happen recently as well with a lot of other female actresses that have been in the industry for a long time. Porn star Julia Ann is taking the men out of menopause after working for 30 years in the adult film industry, and is revealing why she refuses to work with men and will only film with women. Anne explained that she's made the decision shortly before marrying her husband, who isn't a porn star, but that isn't the reason for the surplus of lady-only scenes. Instead, it has everything to do with now that the 53-year-old body has changed as she approaches menopause. As women who are getting older and the one who hates the gym, I was finding that I could control where my fat was going in the scenes with guys. And experienced during a recent appearance on Holly Randall's Unfiltered podcast. She explained that it's easier to move her body when she's with a woman versus when she's with a man. The star has also become more conscious on how she looks on camera and thinks it's better to film with girls in order to conceal certain parts of herself. When I have sex with a girl, I can position myself, I can work in a certain way, I can be a little bit more, "Oh, how are you doing today?" she said. But when the guy's behind you, it's just doink, 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 and stuff is happening that I can feel it's happening, she said. She also added that after menopause, your body changes, moves, separates from itself. Anne has been working in the porn scene since 1992. Her first appearance was in the Andrew Blake directed film Hidden Obsessions, which was about a woman who wrote erotic novels and began to live her life like the characters in the books. See, like I said, these are the things that, most people don't realize how these films are made, the stories behind them. Yes, there are films out there that's, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. But there are others that do have a story to tell. Since then, she has gone on to star in countless adult films and even won multiple awards for her work, including the one in the 2020 for the Hottest MILF in Adult Film Video News Awards. But Anne might just be onto something here with a refusal to work with men in a 2016 data released by Pornhub and Vocav relieved that Americans love to watch videos of lesbians having sex. Lesbian search carpeted much of the West, Midwest, and East Coast, making it the top ranking term in more states than any other Pornhub stated at the time. They also revealed stepmom was the most popular search in Alaska, Kentucky, Washington, and New Hampshire. Now, the thing about it is, and she still looks great. Looking at a lot of her photos, she still looks great. I've seen a lot of other. Nina Hartley comes to mind. Another one of my favorite porno actresses on there. She's still doing film, and I've seen a lot more girl with Nina than boy with her on there, even though she's still doing the boy or men woman type scenes on there, which is, it moves to another category, which is like to the MILF and to the mature category of the site, or the older category, what they call older. But the thing about it is that you're seeing more and more of this happening. Yes, there has been a larger next to the push on trans videos, which that's been a big push as of lately. You're seeing girl on girl has been the other thing that's been very large on the internet itself, and supposedly a lot more films have been released, according to XBiz. I mean, every once in a while you're seeing, if you go to XBiz on their cover page on xbiz.com, they things that are coming up, a lot of like what they call the company called Girlfriend Films, which is a big major site for girl on girl. There's another one called Lesbian Psychodramas. The names get, they get a little crazy on there, and there are various other companies that put out a lot of the lesbian type films on there. Some of them are more toward the romantic type, a la Cantina Royale. I've always mentioned that, and another adult director out that's starting to get a lot of trend now is Casey Calvert, who's also been shaking up the industry, and she's been winning 2023 XBiz Awards, and she's taking home trophies for Director of the Year and Best Screenplay. Yes, they do have awards for that too, folks. Yes, that's right. They do have for those of you who's like, wait, they have porn awards? Yeah, of course they have. Of course they do. Because, like I said, porn is an entertainment, and you have to understand that. It is a form of entertainment. Yes, it has sex in it. Yes, that basically it does have a right to be here like everything else. It's a part of all the type of trade. People are like sitting there, they want to get rid of the porn, but you really can't get rid of the porn, because you have R-rated movies out there like Body Double, Body Heat, and many others with major Hollywood celebrities that, in a way, is close to pornography. It's people don't realize. The term, they term it pornography, and same thing like, hentai, stuff like that. But look deep into these, and you'll find that there are stories, there are some that are, like I said, artistic, and, historical. Some movies, that have dated back onto there. I mean, perfect example, Deep Throat, no matter what you think of Deep Throat is the movie that really put the adult industry on the map. And there are many others that on there. You got Alice in Wonderland. You got, I can go on and on. So let me know in your comments below. What do you think of Julianne now at age 53, just doing all girl films on there, which there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, like I said, she looks great. So let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share. We will see you on the next video. Thank you for tuning in, and bye-bye now.